Welcome to Open History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more video like this one.
In 2009, Michelle Fox's life was shattered in an instant when a shotgun accidentally went off, striking her face. She survived unimaginable pain, endured countless surgeries, and today lives with a prosthetic face, a symbol of resilience. Buried beneath Peru's sands, a 1,000-year-old mummy was found bound in silence. Its curled form speaks of ancient rituals and forgotten worlds, a haunting bridge between the living and the long-departed. October 1966, near the DMZ in Vietnam, wounded Marines wait silently to be lifted from the battlefield. Their faces hold pain, exhaustion, and a quiet defiance. In war, survival is its own kind of bravery. More than a century before smartphones, Emperor Nicholas II of Russia was already taking selfies. With a steady hand and quiet pride, he captured himself, unaware that history would one day freeze his image between empire and revolution. October 2, 1979, Hannelore Schmatz became the fourth woman to conquer Everest, but on the way down, the mountain showed no mercy. Exhausted, she sat to rest and never stood again, a silent reminder of Everest's unforgiving power. World War I, anthropologist Bronislaw Malinowski lived among the Trobriandian Islanders, documenting their world. When an elder learned of Europe's war, he asked in shock, "You kill and don't even eat your enemies?" A mirror held to our own savagery. World War I, in Melanesia, anthropologist Bronislaw Malinowski lived among the Trobriandian Islanders, documenting their world. When he explained Europe's war to a former cannibal, the man was horrified, not by killing, but by killing without purpose. In the frozen silence of Siberia's Altai Mountains, a 2,500-year-old Pazyryk warrior emerged from the earth, perfectly preserved. Nicknamed the Horseman, his skin still bore an elegant elk tattoo, a timeless mark of identity and power. In the 1920s, fitness looked very different from today. Women used wooden treadmills with tall handrails, elegant, simple machines designed to promote grace, health, and strength, long before modern gyms existed. October 1943, a deck crew inspects SBD Dauntless bombers aboard the USS Saratoga. As part of Operation Shoestring 2, the carrier sailed toward Bougainville, launching fierce strikes on Buka and Bonus airfields. In 1896, Bill Doolin, last of the great frontier outlaws, was gunned down in Oklahoma. Once the fearless leader of the Wild Bunch, his death marked the fading heartbeat of the Wild West. In 1956, behind the Iron Curtain, Poland crowned its first beauty queen. In a nation shaped by war and communism, her smile became a quiet symbol of hope, youth, and a brief taste of freedom. A 19th-century member of the Miami tribe, once native to the Great Lakes region. By 1846, most were forcibly relocated to Indian Territory, now Oklahoma, preserving their heritage against displacement and time. Acoma Pueblo, New Mexico, sits atop a sandstone mesa, one of the U.S.'s oldest continuously inhabited communities. Descendants of the Anasazi, the Acoma preserved their language, pottery, and traditions through centuries of isolation. In 1939 New York City, children found joy in every corner. This photo captures kids balancing and laughing atop a doorway, a fleeting moment of carefree play amid the city's bustling streets and towering buildings. In 1987, Hollywood icon Joan Collins posed for a portrait in Los Angeles. Glamorous and poised, she embodied the elegance and allure of the silver screen, a timeless figure of fame and style in an era of cinematic splendor. In May 1945, women imprisoned in Bendorf's underground labor camp finally saw daylight. Emerging from dark tunnels, they knelt on the grass, feeling freedom, sunlight, and the gentle wind for the first time in months. After the Titanic sank in 1912, the McKay Bennett recovered 306 lifeless bodies from icy waters. With a shortage of coffins, 116 were buried at sea, while Halifax undertakers like John Snow prepared the rest. Amid the ruins of Warsaw, a Polish resistance fighter emerges from the Mokotów sewers on September 27, 1944. His bravery in the shadows tells of the courage and desperation of a city under siege. On April 17, 1900, flat-nosed George Curry fell at Rattlesnake Creek, Utah. Even in his final moment, a faint smirk lingered, a testament to a life lived on the edge of law and legend.
September 22, 1944. In the small village of Hees, soldiers of the 8th Battalion Rifle Brigade paused their advance to hand out chocolate to civilians. For a brief moment, amid war, the taste of hope returned.
A Turkish fisherman heads home in the 1930s, carrying a generous catch for his family. A glimpse into daily life shaped by hard work, the sea, and the simple joys of providing for loved ones. Nathan Shanks Evans, once underestimated at West Point, proved his mettle on the frontier and in early Civil War battles. Brave yet reckless, his story blends courage, controversy, and the complexities of a soldier's life. In 1956, Swedish sailor Aki Viking sent a bottle into the Atlantic, hoping someone would find it. 2 years later, it reached 17-year-old Paolina in Sicily. Their letters bridged oceans, and love bloomed, culminating in marriage. Born in a shell of cracked, rigid skin, babies with harlequin ichthyosis face a life of fragile armor and immense challenges. Yet, through careful care and love, their resilience shines as a testament to human strength. In 1989, the Berlin Wall fell, shattering decades of division. Families reunited, streets filled with celebration, and a symbol of oppression crumbled, marking the triumph of freedom and the end of a divided Germany. Roman concrete, or opus camentacum, combined volcanic ash, lime, and water to create durable, water-resistant structures. From harbors to the Pantheon, it showcases Rome's engineering genius and lasting architectural legacy.
Edouard Manet's painting, Dans la Serre, a masterwork of French Impressionism, was hidden in a vault in Merkers, Germany, and discovered on April 25, 1945, revealing art's survival through war and secrecy. In 1946, a U.S. soldier shared a chocolate bar with a local Japanese woman, a small act of kindness that reflected post-war friendship, humanity, and the gentle moments that bridged cultures after conflict. The mummy of King Ramesses III rests in Cairo, a silent witness to Egypt's glory. Brave in battle,
Yet slain by a royal conspiracy, his perfectly preserved body defies time, echoing the eternal legacy of the last great pharaoh. On 13 October 1943, soldiers of the 168th Infantry Regiment scoured the streets of Chiasso, Italy, hunting snipers after the Fifth Army crossed the Volturno River. Their mission helped push German forces back to the Barbara Line. In 1981, Muhammad Ali saved a man threatening to jump from a 9-story building in Los Angeles. Calmly talking him down, Ali offered help and companionship, convincing him to step back to safety and seek support. Louisa, Madame Lou Bunch, ran a famous establishment in Central City during Colorado's gold rush. Beyond her business, she became known for generosity, caring for sick miners, and supporting schools, hospitals, and orphans. In 1953, Soviet linguist Yuri Knurazov deciphered the Mayan script, proving it syllabic. Working in isolation, he unlocked a lost civilization despite skepticism from Western scholars. The Egtved girl of Denmark circa 1370 BCE was buried in a Bronze Age outfit with wool, bronze ornaments, and a hairnet. Her grave hints at ritual, journey, and rebirth, revealing elegance in prehistoric Europe. In the late 1800s, an ascetic wore a rigid metal grid around his neck and shoulders, a device forcing him to remain upright. This extreme devotion prevented rest, reflecting the intense self-discipline of ascetic life. After surviving the Malmedy massacre, around 40 American soldiers reached safety. News of the atrocity spread rapidly, fueling anger and steeling the resolve of U.S. forces to fight with fierce determination. In 1973, Paul Andrews was kidnapped in Portsmouth, Virginia, and held in a hidden bunker for 8 days, enduring abuse and starvation. Rescued by duck hunters, he survived and later became an advocate for protecting others. In 1876, Dodge City, 6 women bought and imprisoned by a cruel cattle baron forged a pact of vengeance. The Blood Bride gang rose from silk and fear to guns and fire, turning oppression into legend across the plains. On October 6, 1944, Canadian sniper Harold A. Marshall of the Calgary Highlanders crouches near Fort de Brochette, Belgium. Equipped with a Lee Enfield sniper rifle, kukri, and Mills grenade, he embodies the precision and stealth of wartime scouts. Beneath Corral's Sacred Pyramid in Belize, a 1,600-year-old Maya tomb was uncovered. Inside lie a high-status ruler's remains, surrounded by jade masks, obsidian blades, and ceremonial treasures, revealing the power and ritual of an ancient kingdom. Equipped and ready, a bearded artilleryman stands with his Model 1855 rifle musket and packed knapsack. Nearby, fellow soldiers wait patiently, their quiet presence captured in this rare 6th-plate tintype from the 19th century. An Armenian woman bears faint blue tattoos on her face, inked during captivity after the 1915 genocide. Each mark tells a story of survival, stolen freedom, and the quiet endurance of a life scarred yet unbroken. In 1900, an Edwardian photographer captured himself in a mirror using a Kodak Brownie box camera, a playful glimpse into the dawn of personal photography, where curiosity and invention met to create the first self-portraits. In 1777, at Bemis Heights, sharpshooter Tim Murphy climbed a tree under Colonel Morgan's orders, taking down British General Fraser. His marksmanship helped secure the American victory at Saratoga, a turning point in the Revolution.
On October 4, 1944, a jeep stuck in the mud of Germany receives aid from U.S. soldiers Corporal Oscar Cook, Private Fred Holmquist, and Sergeant Chester Block, while Sergeant Bernard Newman navigates behind the wheel during the campaign.
In 1876, 14-year-old Carolina Olsson of Sweden fell asleep after a head injury and didn't wake for 32 years. Fed by her parents, her mysterious long sleep baffled doctors and remains one of medicine's strangest cases. In cold northern Europe, families slept in box beds, wooden enclosed beds that trapped heat and blocked drafts. A medieval innovation, they offered warmth and comfort, enduring for centuries as a testament to practical design and survival. When Crazy Horse was fatally stabbed in 1877, his cousin Touch the Cloud secretly carried him home, leaving a decoy for soldiers. Even in death, the Lakota warrior's dignity and defiance endured, honored by his people. In 1930, London, the walking library brought books directly to the streets. Librarians carried shelves of knowledge on foot, sharing stories, ideas, and education with those who couldn't visit traditional libraries. In 1908, Coney Island unveiled the Panama Slide, a towering thrill that drew crowds eager for adventure. Adults and children alike raced down its steep tracks, making it one of the park's most popular attractions of the era. Grat and Bob Dalton's bold Coffeyville raid on October 5, 1892, ended in death. 4 townspeople also perished, leaving behind a stark reminder of the perilous life of outlaws in the American West. The German 88mm gun earned legendary status in World War II, feared for its unmatched versatility. Capable of destroying tanks, bunkers, and aircraft, it became the symbol of German engineering and battlefield dominance. In 1866, Brownsville, 3 men, Garcia, Vela, and Garza, faced the gallows under the scorching sun. Once rebels, now prisoners, their hanging became the first photographed execution in Texas, a stark echo of the border wars.
Thanks for watching. Got an idea for a forgotten era I should explore? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to make it.